Bastila, is this your dad? Is this him? Do you recognize him? It says it's a chewed human corpse. He's kind of got white hair. I don't know, could be him. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Adam. This is HMO4 Gaming. Welcoming you back to Knights of the Old Republic. In the last episode, we basically talked to our crew, progressed a little bit of their tragic backstories, wrapped up some side quests on Dantooine. We wiped out the mercenaries that we needed to take care of, and we're back here on Tatooine because Mission's brother was said to be here, and we wanted to look into that. And another side quest that involves Bastila. But first, Bastila's going to tell us about some dark side stuff.
How can I help?
And before she starts rambling about the dark side, please hit like, hit subscribe, do all those things on down below. And you wish to talk to me?
I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zahar.
I think we both know the reason you've been looking at me. You've been grading me?
I've seen how you've resisted many temptations and continue to walk the path of the light side. Very commendable. But I'm afraid you might stray from this path. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety, for it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this, but I will do my best to make you understand.
So, and if you're obviously going down the dark side route, she's like, I've seen you do many acts of cruelty, and I cannot believe you're doing that. Let me tell you about the dark side. We're not going over this again, are we? What are you trying to tell me?
The dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, or to use the Force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious the closer you draw to it. It begs you to surrender to it, to release all its terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for.
Oh man, these words are gonna... These words, she's gonna have to keep that same energy. You seem to know this temptation well.
I am no less resistant to temptation than any other. I simply have the benefit of training that you do not. But even the training of the Jedi might not be enough to save us. We need only to look at the atrocities which have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly?
I could see myself ever doing such things. Are you saying the light side is innocent of killing?
One who serves the light does not strike down an innocent. We take arms against the dark side and the injustice that follows it only. It's so easy to think that we would never fall prey to such a horror, that we have unlimited control, vigilance, and foresight. If only that were true. The Sith have become powerful because there are many Jedi who've succumbed to the lure of the dark side and joined their cause. What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause, to use their own knowledge against them? We are weakened while they are strengthened, so we must harden our hearts and do whatever is required to fight against the dark side, even when the battle becomes wearying.
Which is kind of interesting as she says all that. There's also some light foreshadowing there, but also the second half of her soliloquy right there is, oh, we have to harden our hearts and fight against the dark side. Well, the second game just basically says the Jedi don't do that, and they don't want to fight anything, and just stay and see what happens, essentially. Also, damn, I have all this training and you don't. Jesus, Bastila. Must we keep discussing this, do whatever is required, such as?
I don't know. The vision of our future is clouded by shadows cast from the dark side. But I sense something ominous lurking in those shadows. But words alone cannot save one from the dark side. Come, we should continue with the task at hand. When the time comes, I only hope we are all strong enough to do what we must.
So because we fight for the light side gives us a free kill card? You know, just because I'm a light side Jedi. I'm doing it for the good of the world and universe. But I guess I can just take a life, and that gives me, you know, the means to do so. Carth, do you have anything?
Yes, what's on your mind?
Because I know we switched worlds, and this might open up dialogue. Tell me why you want revenge on Saul so badly.
I already told you, he betrayed us all.
It seems to be more personal than that.
Well, there is more to it. I'm sure you don't want to hear about it.
I wouldn't be asking if I did not want to hear it. I asked, didn't I?
It's just that I don't talk about it very much, okay? I told you about my homeworld, Telos. 4 years ago, Saul led the Sith fleet there and demanded its surrender. The planet refused, and Saul proceeded to devastate its entire surface. Millions died. I had a wife and a son on Telos. I thought they would be safe there, but my task force arrived too late to be of much help. We didn't have enough medical supplies. The colony was burning and the dying were everywhere. I remember holding my wife and screaming for the medics, but they didn't come in time.
What happened after that?
I had nothing left after that, really. I devoted myself to the fleet. Hunting Saul was my only purpose. I miss them. And I know killing Saul won't bring them back. And it won't make me happy again, but I have to do it. I don't expect you to understand, but I have to pay him back for what he's done. I have to. It's all I have left.
I didn't mean to pry. What was she like, your wife?
She had courage, and she was stubborn. Could never talk her out of anything once she put her mind to it. And she hated it when I signed back onto the fleet at the start of the war. I had planned on leaving soon, to join her.
So what happened to your son? He didn't say.
His name was Dustil, and I don't know what happened to him. The colony was a complete ruin, and we never found any trace of him. I made inquiries and followed the reports from Telos for years, but I stopped. Anyway, I hope that answers your questions. Let's continue with what we were doing.
Cool.
Yes, what?
Nope, not enough. Car's all caught up too. And I think that opens up Carth's backstory, which I never actually did in any of my playthroughs. Juhani also has...
What is it?
Some more to progress her story. Is something wrong?
I have been bothered by something of late.
What is it?
I never told you where I came from, did I? Where I grew up as a child? I suppose I was trying to deny what I was feeling.
Are you hitting on me? What?
I have been wrestling with my feelings inside. Trying to come to terms with it, but I find I cannot. I must have someone to blame. Someone to blame for the destruction of my homeworld. Someone who is responsible for the death of everyone I have ever known, except those on Dantooine.
Yawn. You mean...
Taris. It was Taris that the Sith destroyed to try to kill you and your precious Bastila. Taris, my homeworld.
Bastila is critical to defending us, so sometimes you need to make sacrifices. I'm sorry, Juhani, I didn't know.
If it were not for you and Bastila, the Sith would have never had reason to destroy that world. It was your fault for being there, and your fault for rescuing Bastila. Without your intervention, the Sith would have had no cause to lay waste to my childhood.
But...
Just let me vent my anger. I need someone to blame. Something. Anything. I hated that world. Yet everything I learned as a child, I learned there. It is as much a part of me as the air I breathe. I have this ache inside me, where all my childhood memories lay, and I find your face there with them. If it was not for you, that world would still exist.
Remember the Jedi Code? I have no excuse. I did what I needed to.
I know. I suppose I realized that. But it is so hard to lose your entire past. You would not understand.
You're right, I don't. It'll be alright.
Yes. Yes, I suppose it will. As long as we remain focused on our task, it will. I am sorry. I will try not to distract you in the future with my trivial experiences. We should stop for now. How may I... What is it you... Taris was my home for many years. As much as I hated it, it was still home. A rat hole, a warren, a paradise. I suppose you could call it all these things. For me, it was hell.
I know some parts are bad, but...
You have no idea what it is like to have to live there for years. To walk down the streets, to have people look at you in disgust, like an animal. Most did not know anything about me, but it was there, all the same. Because I was an alien. Because I was different from them. Frightening. I doubt any of them had even seen my people before. So they persecuted me. They looked down on me and my family. Charged us more for food. Would not let us walk their streets. They spat on us. You are human. You could not possibly know.
Humans can be just as cruel to each other. Well, you have to admit, you are a freak. I find it a little hard to believe. Humans are cruel.
That is true, I suppose. But it is much more obvious for someone like me. There were no other KOTOR on Taris. No one to talk to, no one to confide in.
But you must think me weak for saying this. But I am strong enough to admit it.
You're not weak, Juhani. It must have been hard.
I thank you for your concern, but maybe I am weak. To think that some stories of my stupid past could possibly interest you.
No, it's alright. I'll be there to listen whenever you want.
I thank you. You are kinder than I would have expected to put up with me using you in this way. I hope that I will not use your time so badly in the future. Thank you.
Words.
How may I...
And I think...
What is it?
Nope, she's good for now. Alright. And Mission already has her backstory to get to, so let's get to that. And because we talked to Bastila, that should trigger... Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, please trigger. Excuse me, I know it's been a very long time, dear, but aren't you Bastila? Helena's little girl? Yes, it is you. I can see it in your eyes, how you've grown.
I'm Bastila, yes. I take it that you know my mother?
Oh yes, I worked for her father, an expedition years ago. Your mother showed on Hollows before you left. Such a pretty little girl you were.
Is there something I can do for you, miss? As you can see, we're in quite a hurry.
Don't be rude, Bastila, come on. Oh, I didn't mean to take you time. I just wanted to ask if your mother's condition has improved since I saw her last.
My mother's condition?
Oh, you don't know? Oh dear, I assumed that you had found you. When I talked to her last, she was desperate to find you.
I've not seen my mother since I joined the Order. Do you know what's happened? Did she say anything about my father?
I'm sorry, dear, but your mother's very ill, so she told me. She didn't say anything about your father, however, I didn't see him.
I see. Where did you meet her? Do you remember?
She's here on Tatooine, dear, in the cantina. You really should go to her, considering her condition. I guess we should go see your mother, Bastila.
Part of me would rather not see her at all. But if she is really sick, well, we shall see.
And now that that's triggered, we can deal with Bastila's track story. But first, we need to stop in the Circa office to see if they know anything about Griff. That human woman, I am outraged by her arrogance. You, do all your species place yourself at such annoying pedestal? I'm sorry, what are you talking about? You should be sorry for sharing a species like that. That creature, I swear, Helena must be a pit rancor. Helena Bastila, isn't that your mother's name?
Her mother was supposed to be here somewhere. Ask if they've
seen her, human. You could miss her. Try. She stole the cantina like she owned the place. Is she still there? Probably. I don't think anyone else could top her attitude. She wouldn't be leaving. I won't be going back while she's there,
We
though.
should try to find her. I doubt she wants to be kept waiting.
You actually looking for her? You're all out of your minds. Jesus. Bastila, your mother must be a piece of work. Alright, let's head into Zerka.
Greetings again from the offices of Zerka Corporation. Is this about bounties or something else?
I'm looking for a miner named Griff.
Griff? There's no Griff here. Never heard of him. No, I don't remember a single Griff on the Zerka Corporation payroll.
Are you certain of that? I would You want to tell me about Griff?
Can you spare me a few moments? I have something I want to get off my chest. I want to tell you about one of our workers. His name was Griff. We hired that Twi'lek some time ago. Not a good worker, according to his crew chief. Always complaining and faking injuries to get out of work. He entered false timesheets and slept through his shifts. We even suspected him of stealing Zerka Corporation supplies, although we could never prove it.
That sounds like him.
We would have fired him, but we needed workers. It would have been better for him if he had been fired. Then the Sand People wouldn't have gotten him.
Sand People?
He was lost in a Sand People raid we suffered not too long ago. There were prisoners taken, but our rescue parties never found anyone alive. In the end, it just wasn't cost-effective to keep searching. All miners sign a waiver absolving Zerka Corporation of liability in these circumstances.
So your workers are all expendable?
Zerka Corporation cares deeply for all of its employees. That's why we've started a bounty program to thin the Sand People numbers. We didn't find his body, so we have to assume he was taken prisoner. Whether he's still alive, I couldn't say. That's all I can tell you. I shouldn't even have said this much. This is all privileged corporate information. I could lose my job.
Is there any type of reward for saving him?
As I said, all employees have signed waivers absolving Zerka Corporation of any financial liability if this occurs. It is the industry standard. I suppose you could apply for special dispensation from the Zerka Corporation representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours only, please.
All right.
Farewell.
Alright, well, we know where he is. He's in the Sand People Enclave. But first, before we head out there, we're going to need HK. But first, we need to wrap up Bastila's side quest. Alright, and they said she's here in the club here somewhere. Oh, there she is.
There?
I'm sorry, do I know you?
I'm here, Mother. But don't you recognize me?
What do you expect when I haven't so much as had a picture of you since you left? Do you know how long I've been trying to find you?
You knew as well as I communication would be impossible once I joined the Order. Now what is this about?
She's not even looking
Where's
at
Father?
her.
And you haven't heard. I should have known.
Has something happened to him? Are you going to tell me or not?
Your father is dead, Bastila.
Jesus.
That is part of the reason why I was looking for you.
Dead? What happened? What did you do to him?
Isn't this a lovely reunion? Already she's flinging insults at me. Tell me, you're one of her friends. Do you treat your mother this way?
I don't have one. Wait. Only if she deserved it. My mother's long dead, if you must know. I say, hey, I don't like any of these responses. I guess leave me out of this.
I'm sure Bastila feels the same way you do. She would prefer to be left out of it, at least until I'm as dead as her father is.
I was told you were sick. Are you actually dying, or is this merely melodrama for my benefit?
Such sweet things, you say. Perhaps I should tell you everything first before we start arguing again.
You could start by telling me what you got Father into that killed him.
I hadn't realized Jedi was so spiteful. You want me to tell you I brought your father here for an expedition, do you? You want to blame me for his death? You never accepted that your father loved going on his treasure hunts, leaving you alone with me. I was always to blame for everything. What else is new? So yes, fine. I brought your father here to look for Krayt dragon pearls. He took an expedition into the Tatooine desert, and he died.
How can you be sure of that? Father is an experienced...
Do you think I would look for you if I wasn't sure? They were attacked by a Krayt dragon, and one of the guides fled the battle. He saw your father killed.
I see. So what do you want from me? Credits?
Oh, don't be insulted. I want you to use those senses of yours. I want you to find him. I want you to bring back his holocron.
Why? So you can sell it?
Is it too much to ask that I have something to remember your father by? Of course it is, isn't it? You couldn't be bothered.
We're very busy on a mission from the Jedi Council. I doubt I'll have the time. Ask my companions if you doubt me.
Why don't you get the holocron yourself, Mr. Helena? Do you want to find your father's remains, Bastila? What about your mother's sickness?
It doesn't seem to have anything to do with what she's asking. Are you actually sick, Mother?
What difference does it make to you? None, I'm sure. Just find your father's holocron, and you won't have to worry about me again either way.
That's the kind of response I would expect. Very well. We'll look for the holocron if we have time. I can't promise any more than that.
I believe your father was headed north towards the Sand People Enclave. I would check along that route, dear. Do please hurry.
I mean, it literally told you exactly where to go. It's in the Krayt Dragon lair. Bastila's like, oh, if we have time. Well, Bastila, we specifically came here for you and mission, so that's what we're doing. And after a slow-paced walk back to the Krayt Dragon lair, yeah, I gotta admit, there's lots of walking in this game. Is this... Bastila, is this your dad? Is this him? Do you recognize him? It says it's a chewed human corpse. He's kind of got white hair. I don't know, could be him. Nope, not him. Sorry. Is it this guy? Chewed Twi'lek corpse? No? What the hell? Where the hell is it? Is this? Tattered equipment pack. Oh, we don't even find his body, we just find his equipment? Holocron. What do you think?
How can I help?
Do you want to talk?
About my mother? I'm unsure. I seem to find it difficult to remain objective when it comes to her. I find that disturbing.
Are you going to give the holocron to her?
Do you think I should?
Probably not. She doesn't deserve it. Do you need it more than she does?
I would like to keep something to remember Father as much as she would. I'll think about it. I should try and remember my training. I should be able to let go of this, but I can't. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Let's keep going.
Also, I had this in the back of my mind that, I wonder if Darth Chad is gonna spawn. Turns out, yeah, he actually spawns doing this side quest if you go inside this cave. So we got Darth Chad. I kind of really wish I had Jolie because he has insanity. I wonder how this is gonna go. This might go very badly or very good. We're gonna find out. so he's gonna use a lot of lightsabers. Do we have any... Well, she does. This is for energy electrical. I mean... Oh, we both do. Okay, so we should be fine. We shouldn't have any issues. Bastila is doing 11. I'm doing 18. I have the strength gauntlet. Strength +1. Both are strength +1. She's got dexterity. Alright, no, we should be fine.
What?
Alright, let's go face Darth Chad. And like I remember, he does have very good armor. So we're hopefully can overcome it. Hey, buddy.
At last, my search is over. I was beginning to fear someone else had killed you and deprived me of the pleasure you may have defeated the pathetic bounty hunter my master sent after you. But you are no match for me. I have studied at the foot of the Dark Lord himself.
Your Max Apprentice, can't say I'm impressed.
Your words mean nothing to me, unless you wish to beg for your life. No? Then I shall try to make this both quick and painful.
Will you now? Also, my buffs went off. Oh well. Alright. Bastila can we force whirlwind, you guys? And stasis, and yeah, might as well throw your lightsaber at him. Mission, well, mission you can just take sniper shots at him. That's fine. Buddy. How about your friend? Can I stasis him? Yeah, get Did he just heal up himself? Oh shit. Oh damn. Okay. Die. Come on. Seriously? There he is. He is tough. I kind of didn't have the most optimal team for him, but he is extremely tough. Fiber armor and 3,000 credits. Yeah, we definitely did not have the most optimal, Damn, and he's got bonus defense +5, dexterity. How does it look? It looks really bad. I mean, he was wearing it, but now I'm gonna wear it. I don't know. Oh, and I can walk much faster too with that dexterity bonus. I don't know, well, how much defense does it have? It just gives me light proficiency. Does it restrict? It's upgradable. Despite the unfortunate fate of Darth Bandon, this light armor remains a durable asset for any warrior. The silvery polish reflects pride and craftsmanship rarely seen today. But am I able to use force powers? Well, I guess we'll find out when I actually get into a fight. Alright, well, that was not the best fight.
Yes?
Definitely could have been a little bit better, but, you know.
Sure.
Alright, let's head back to Bastila's mom, actually, and leave Darth Bandon here to rot in the desert. Alright, and after almost getting killed by the Chad himself, Darth Bandon, we're back here at Helena to give it holocron. Or at least see what Bastila is going to do with it anyway.
Back already? Have you even looked for the holocron yet?
I have the holocron, Mother. I'm just not sure I want to give it to you.
And why not?
She doesn't even look at
Would
her.
you deny me even that?
I've never denied you anything, Mother. You may think I don't remember what it was like before I left for the Order, but I do. You were the one who pushed Father to go on one treasure hunt after the other. You loved living in wealth. You think I don't remember the fights? You were eager to send me to the Jedi even though I didn't want to go. You took Father away from me. And now this holocron is all I have of him.
Fool girl. You have a strange way of remembering things. That wasn't...
No, I don't wish to argue with you anymore, Mother. It's time we parted ways now, for both our benefit.
Maybe you should listen to what she has to say, Bastila. Come on now.
You don't know her. My mother is notoriously deceptive when she wants something. Why should she have the holocron?
Is it too difficult to believe that I am a dying woman who simply wishes to see her husband one last time?
I find it difficult to believe anything you say, Mother.
It sounds like you've already made up your mind. Maybe one of you should be the first to give the other a break.
You're right. It shames me, but I find it difficult to let go of the past. I'm sorry, Mother.
I was hard on you, dear. I wasn't a very good mother to you. I know that. Your father loved you so. He wanted you to be just like him. He wanted to take you on his hunts, but I said they were too dangerous.
Treasure hunting is a dangerous occupation.
I always tried to keep him from the dangerous ones, but he would have none of it. It was a reckless life we led. Always moving. I didn't want that for you.
So that's why you gave me to the Order?
What do your father and I have to show for all those years of hunting? Nothing. That was no life for anyone, especially not someone as gifted as you, your father. He spent all his last years trying to pay for my treatments. That's why he went for the pearls. I begged him not to, but...
Your treatments?
I'm dying, Bastila. I did not lie about that. It's been a long time in the coming, and there's really nothing that can be done anymore. I told your father to let me go, but you know how he was. Stubborn, like you.
I'm so sorry, Mother. I don't know what to say.
Keep the holocron, Bastila. It would do me good to know you have it. This talking to you. This is what I really needed before
I know. Thank you. I'm glad we talked too.
Well, now. You said you had important business, and you were never one to mince words. You there. You take care of my daughter, you hear me?
Bastila could take it as if she would let me. I'm not her keeper. I'll do my best.
That's good. I'll feel a lot better knowing there's someone to watch her.
Where are you going to go?
It doesn't matter, dear. Don't you worry about me.
Here, take these 500 credits. That's all I have. Go to Corus.
But I already told you there's no...
Please take it. I want to see you again, when we can talk.
All right, I will. You do what you have to, Bastila. You go make your father and I proud.
I'll try. Farewell, Mother.
Well, she's gonna go try and make her proud. I really wish the side quest had a bearing on that, but it doesn't. Alright, well, now that that's taken care of, Bastila, you can go by. HK, you can come with. And we have to go pay the Sand People a visit. Get out of my way, Helena. And once again, we're back here at the Sand People territory. I don't even know if I needed HK, but just want to make sure to have him. Oh, yep. Turned out I didn't need him.
Query. What do you...
Ask about captives.
Clarification. We must...
Anything about Mission's brother? I guess we were just teleported to him.
Translation. Translation. He says that by his very presence, this Griff defiles their home and land. He is without any semblance of usefulness to them.
Yep, that would be Griff.
Extrapolation. I would assume we are free to take him. It is doubtful they will even waste the effort to kill him. Perhaps we could do it, Master.
Tell him, I have no further use for him, kill him. Let's, tell him farewell for now.
Translate.
And let's go find out where Griff is. Because they don't even find the need to kill him. That's how useless he is. Oh, this is gonna be some kind of reunion. So, he's probably one of these pens that we already opened. There he is. Hello, Griff.
You there. I'm a high-ranking executive at the Zerka Corporation. There's a big reward if you take me back to Anchorhead.
Oh, yeah?
Griff, don't you recognize me? It's Mission.
Mission? Is it really you? I heard Taurus was destroyed. I thought you were dead. Oh, joy of joys, my little sister is alive.
I have to ask you something, Griff. It's important. I ran into Lena. She said it was your idea to leave me on Terrace. It isn't true, is it?
Well, there's the truth and then there's the truth, you know? I always meant to go back to Taurus, sis, just as soon as I had the credits to pay off my debts. But credits have been hard to come by.
You mean it's true? It was your idea to leave me there? I'm your sister. How could you abandon me like that?
Come on, sis. You didn't need me to look after you anymore. You may have been young, but you knew how to take care of yourself. Besides, you're here now. I mean, everything worked out fine.
That's it? That's all you have to say to me after all these years, after deserting me on Terrace?
Well, that, and, could you please get me out of here? You got a tough-looking friend there.
Some people said you can go. Run to Anchorhead.
Yeah, you can find your way from there, right? Can you manage that? What? Is there something else?
Well, I wanted to thank you, and, you look like you're doing well. Financially, I mean. Say,
Jesus.
Could you spare me a few credits to get back on my feet?
You're hitting me up for credits. I don't believe this. Lena was right about you, Griff. We should have just left you to the Sand People. Don't talk to me anymore. Ever.
That didn't go well. Sis was always a little too fiery for her own good. She'll cool down in time.
Don't be so sure. So, is there a reward for rescuing you?
You're kidding, right? Look at me. Do I look like I've got any... You may have saved my life, but I don't have a single credit to my name. Say, you wouldn't be able to spare me some credits.
Sorry, I don't have any credits to spare.
Huh. I guess you've been talking to Lena, too. That's okay. I'll figure out a way to get by without your credits. I always do. Besides, I've already got a job lined up for me. Krita, the manager over at the Zerka supply shop, said I could come work for him if I ever get tired of the mines. Yeah, I think I'll go take him up on his offer. You know, maybe there's something else you can help me with. I need to talk to a guy first and set up the details, but if you're interested in a job, come see me in Greta's shop. Goodbye, Mission. I'm glad you're not dead.
What a dick. Also, Mission, do
Hey
you have
there.
anything to say?
Look, I'm happy Griff's alive, but I'm mad at him right now. And I don't know what kind of job he's got for you, but I don't trust him. It's probably just another scam. So, is there anything... Okay.
Well, and before we wrap up, let's go see what kind of scam job he has for us. And as he said, there he is.
Just the person I was hoping to see.
Save it, Griff. I'm not talking to you. I want no part of whatever you're involved in.
Okay, sis, I see you're still mad. Fair enough. I don't think you could help me with this anyway. It's, more of a job for your friend here.
What's the job?
As you may know, tack glands can be refined to a very potent powder. It's the primary ingredient in Teresian ale. That's what makes it so strong. Of course, now that Taurus is pretty much wiped from the face of the map, Teresian ale has become somewhat scarce and, very, very valuable. Luckily, I know the secret recipe. I know this guy. He's with the Exchange. Now, if I give him a small sample of Teresian ale, he says he can synthesize it and reproduce it in mass quantities. Problem is, I need one of those tack glands to make the first batch, and now that Taurus is a smoking ruin, the only place to find tack is on Kashyyyk. If you can get your hands on one of those tack glands, I'll make it worth your while.
Griff, are you blind? Can't you see you're talking to a Jedi? We're out here trying to save the galaxy. We can't waste time on this.
Please, you have to help me. I promised this guy from the Exchange a sample of Teresian ale. If I don't come through for him, he's gonna break my legs. Or worse.
Don't worry, Griff. If I ever find myself back on Tatooine, I'll do it.
Yeah, I knew you'd come through for me. You won't regret this. You'll see. Just don't take too long, okay? This guy from the Exchange could stop by any day. I kind of told him I already had the stuff, so if he shows up and I'm empty-handed, well, let's just say I really, really hope it doesn't come to that.
Alright, and I'll probably do that in between episodes because that sounds like a ton of walking. The techs are basically those little monkey creatures that just don't shut up, and I think we'll get that for him in, well, maybe the next episode, just when I'm ready to clear up a bunch of the side quests before we get to the very end game. And I hope you join me for that. But until next time, I have been Adam, this has been HMO4 Gaming. Please hit like, hit subscribe, do all those things on down below. But until next time, this has been Knights of the Old Republic. Thank you very much. Have yourselves a great day.